What's up, everybody? I'm Joe Longo. This is 30 Days of Inspiration, and this is MJ Hart. We're in South Philadelphia in her lovely living room. If you've noticed, if you've been watching the videos, I do some outside, but I've been learning that the sound quality has sucked. So I've been trying to head indoors for this part. And we had to come inside because it is extra hot outside. So we just ran all over, not all over, but the Italian market area of South Philly, creating some images for MJ. She has a new website that she's going to be launching soon. And I also wanted to photograph her to get all of these tattoos. We'll talk about those later. So, MJ. What? You're from the Lehigh Valley.
I'm from the Lehigh Valley.
And when did you move to Philly? How long have you been here?
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
A year and a half ago, I moved down here.
And you came down here to follow love.
Yeah, I moved here for my relationship.
Aww.
I was going to move to California, and then I met my boyfriend, and yeah.
Sunny California?
Yeah.
Wow, that's love.
Yeah.
That's definitely love.
Yeah, and then I moved to Philly.
Yeah. I mean, Philly's great.
Yeah, Philly's great. South Philly's awesome.
But it's not all the time sunshine.
Yeah, no, I know.
But South Philly is great. Maybe not your street right now.
No, my street's a construction zone.
So when you teach here, were you teaching in the Lehigh Valley?
I was teaching at Kula Heart Yoga, and then I was also teaching dance and incorporating yoga with dance at Jeannie Cardinal School of Dance in Nazareth. And then I also taught at the Palmer Community Center, which is where I started practicing yoga actually. And then I subbed miscellaneous places as well.
And then you moved down here and jumped right onto the wonderful Philadelphia yoga scene.
Yeah.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. I actually started before I moved here. I was coming down like periodically, obviously, like staying with my boyfriend, but also like seeing the area and trying to get into the community down here. And the first class I took was at the yoga garden, and it was Daniel's class.
Oh.
So I met him, and he was like, "Oh, we have, you know, a studio in South Philly. It's a little more alternative and like funky." And I was like, "Perfect, that sounds great. Let me check that out." And then started going to Palo Santo, and that became like my home, my yoga home in Philly. That's where I met all of my friends, and that's where I got my first teaching job here, which was over a year ago.
Wow, it's been that long.
Yeah.
So when you first met Daniel and he was like, "Oh, I have this studio," did you realize how super close it is to your house?
No.
Or were you like, "Fuck, that's a bonus"?
Yeah, literally. It was crazy because I was just looking, you know, at something that would fit my schedule for the day, and I Google mapped it, and for some reason it didn't pop up on Google Maps, but the yoga garden did. So I was like, "Oh, I can walk over there." And then he told me where, you know, it's in South Philly, and then I found it, and I was like, it's literally like right up the street. I was like, Jesus, how did I miss this? But it's so nice. It
so
takes
nice.
me 3 minutes to get right there, and I love everybody there and the classes, and
yeah, it's good. Good stuff.
It's fun to be a part of.
We're talking about Palo Santo.
Palo Santo.
And you can watch Daniel and his wonderful wife Rachel on this. You just have to go back and find their episode.
Yeah.
It's really good. They're a lovely couple.
They are.
So you've also just got back from a crazy trip, like around the world.
Yes.
Was it around the world? Where did you go?
So, I mean, it was kind of partially, it was a good portion of the world, I guess. We flew to Egypt, and then from Egypt went to Prague, Czech Republic, and then went to Milan, Italy, and then like Como, Italy, and then we went to Paris, France, and then London, England, and while we were there we went to Bath and Salisbury. And then my boyfriend went home because he has a job that only lets him take so many days off of work. And I was like, I'm going to keep going. And so I went to Scotland and met my friend Lauren. And then we went to Iceland.
Wow.
So I went from 108-degree weather to 48-degree weather.
Right.
So it was a jump.
Yeah. So 2 questions. How did you go to the pyramids, and how fucking awesome were they?
We did go to the pyramids. That was literally the first day that we traveled with Egypt, and especially the pyramids and the Sphinx, and used to watch documentaries. And so my birthday was coming up, going into 30, and I was like, okay, I haven't done this yet, and I just want to go. So I woke up and bought the tickets, and yeah, we rode camels, and we actually touched the pyramids.
Wow.
We went into one of the smaller pyramids, like down underneath, and it was freaking amazing. It was so amazing. It still like sinks in the fact that, you know, we look at pictures and it's like, oh, there we are riding camels, and you know, the pyramids are just in the background. It's like, oh yeah, we did that. That was a thing.
That's a goal. I want to get there someday. Just it's fucking pyramids.
I know. I feel like it should just be a thing that everybody does.
Right.
I don't know, but I think so.
So that and Iceland.
Yeah.
Another place I really want to go to. So is it sunlight all the time?
Now it is. Yeah, that was a weird adjustment to make, especially going through so many time zones, and it was only like a 4-hour difference. And at one point, the sun, I think it was like midnight. Like, I'm the kind of person that if the sun's up, I'm like energized and like going. So the one night I was up and it was like 12 o'clock and like the sun was just setting. But then I was up until, I don't know why, I was just up until 2:30, and the sun never actually set. It was almost like early dusk for like a couple hours.
And that's why I want to go, because that's like just that sweet golden light for so long.
It's crazy, yeah. But I mean, yeah, photographically that place is like unbelievably, it's just so over the top, like awe-inspiring. The landscape, we saw glaciers while we were there.
And the hot springs. It has all of it, right?
Yeah.
I need to get there.
Yeah.
It's on my list. Marking it down.
It's beautiful.
So let's talk about these tattoos.
Sure.
So when I first met MJ, well, maybe not first, but I'm sure when I first saw her, I was like, I have to take her picture because of the tattoos. But then we were at that one yoga event at the club, Oh
yeah.
Yeah, we gotta take some pictures.
Yeah.
So let's talk about these.
Okay.
They hurt.
The back of the hand?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like all the hands.
All the
like
hands.
I would feel like just.
It's not. So the worst part of the entire hand is because I had to, you know, do something crazy with my knuckles and not just standard letters. The webbing of the fingers. The webbing.
And what's it say?
It says live free.
Oh, live free. We totally should have taken that picture.
I mean,
I'm a dumbass.
well, that's okay.
Next time.
They're still there. They'll always be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the worst part about getting the hand is not. I don't mind the actual process of the tattoos so much. The worst part is the hands swell up so bad afterwards. So, like especially again when I got my knuckles done, I got them both done at the same time, and not really thinking about that. My hands were so swollen I couldn't like bend my fingers for a couple days, so I had to like drive my car with my palms, and then I had my keys in my pocket, and I was like, I don't know how to get my keys out of my pocket. Someone has to help me. So that was definitely like the worst aspect. And then like an idiot, whenever I get my hands, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to yoga. And then it's all, you know, downward facing dog and the blood's pumping, and then I look up and like the back of my hand's like this big, and I'm just like, probably should have just put it in ice.
Yeah.
But.
So what's your most recent tattoo?
The compass.
It does look very fresh.
Yeah, we just got it in London actually.
Oh really?
While traveling, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So that was.
That makes sense. The compass, the travel.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah, that was it was my 30th birthday present to myself, other than the entire trip.
But that was like the present.
Yeah, this was the real for me kind of thing. But yeah, so that was my newest one.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. The guy who did it is actually, he was the first tattoo artist in Poland.
Oh.
So.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't pronounce it. His first name is Thomas. His last name is some crazy Polish name that the spelling doesn't look like it's pronounced kind of thing.
Yeah, one of those Polish names.
Yeah. One of those. Owski or something. You know? Yeah.
How many do you have?
So that's hard to...
You don't know?
Well, okay, because this is...
It all kind of, it's all like goes together.
Yeah, so people, you know, how many do you have? And then it's like I could think back to my head to how many pieces I have collected. But I have half sleeve. I call these like gloves, going down all the way to the fingers, into the knuckles. Second sleeve, my chest is done. I have one on either side of my ear going down my neck. I have a half back piece going. I have a piece of my hip covered from like the bottom of my rib cage that I started 6 years ago and have not finished. Top of the foot, other foot all the way up to the calf. I have a piece on my calf. I have a piece on my thigh.
So you like the tattoos.
I love tattoos. I plan to be more or less covered from the neck down by the time I'm done. Yeah, it's very, very addicting. And like I said, when I first got my first tattoo, I was like, this is it, I'm just gonna get one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, 8 years later, it's like, or 10 years later, it's like, that didn't.
Yeah,
that
my
didn't
friend Claudine Schuster, who owns a studio, and I know I should know the name of the studio, I'm sorry Claudine, but I will link it here. It's an awesome studio, she just opened it up, kind of out in the suburbs,
Cool.
but she's all covered. And when I photographed her the first time, she was doing a Hanumanasana and she raised her arms up in the air, and she has these lotus flowers in her armpits.
So
I'm like, oh my god, that hurt so bad.
Did it?
But it was so beautiful.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about, because this is, actually, I'm looking to get tattooed again in the next month or so, because this arm has been my spiritual growth, more or less. So it's developed over time. And now I'm just ready to add into it. And I've thought about doing a peony or a flower or something in the armpit. And then every time I hear people who get that done, they're like, yeah, it was the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being that good. But
Oh.
I mean, it looks great, but the process.
Yeah, plus I know, even when I was getting the pieces close to the armpit, years ago, my tattoo artist at the end of it, he's like, okay, you can't wear deodorant for 3 weeks. And it was summer, so I was sweating, and I was just I just can't let anybody near the right side of my body for the next 3 weeks. So, yeah.
Nice. So, MJ. I just like saying it like that, MJ. I'm pretending you're Michael Jackson.
A lot of people do that. So I roll with it. That's good.
Yeah. So MJ, tell me about the moonwalk. But seriously, where can all the lovely folks out there find you and practice with you? Where can they come do some down dogs?
So I'm at Palo Santo on Monday nights. It's a beginner class at 5:45. Very alignment oriented, really good for literally anybody who's either looking to move into a more advanced yoga practice, or people who have never stepped on a mat before, which are my favorite yoga people ever. I'm also at Palo Santo Tuesdays and Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. A little more intermediate style alignment and flow oriented class. I also teach at Sweat Fitness on Fridays. Vinyasa and Vino. There's wine. It's a 5:30.
There's wine.
It's 5:30. It's like a happy hour class. Sometimes students drink wine during yoga.
That's fun.
Yeah. And then, sometimes people drink wine after. Regardless, there's wine there. It's $15 for a glass of wine and a yoga class.
Can anyone come to the...
Anyone can
Ah, hear that? Anyone can go.
Old City, Sweat Fitness. Those are my primary teaching points right now. I also do corporate yoga. Right now I have one client for that in the Navy Yard, looking to expand that. I also do privates and more therapeutic kind of work. Reiki healing and a Thai stretch kind of thing. And I sub all over the place. So my Instagram.
Yeah, what is your Instagram?
MJ Hart.
Just MJ Hart?
Just MJ Hart.
Ah, it's so perfect.
So simple. Heart as in actual heart. I post up on there my schedule because it's constantly, I'm taking on all of the subbing opportunities that I can. And then eventually I'll have the website up and going.
Nice. So I will link all of MJ's stuff up here. Follow her. Go to her class.
Yeah.
And I've been asking everyone that I've been chatting with for this project to share a little piece of inspiration for all the fun people out there. What do you got for us, MJ?
So my inspiration is doing what you love and not being afraid to do what you love, and literally just fucking doing it. I just quit my job to teach yoga because I love to teach yoga, and life is way too short to spend your life miserable and unhappy. And you're never too old to change your entire life. It's a simple opportunity to just say, fuck it, I'm doing it. And then just ride the wave and see where life takes you.
Yes.
Just do it.
Just do
You'll
it.
be so much happier.
Yes. Follow that little voice. It's been coming up a lot. The last couple of people that I've talked to, it's been coming up. Follow that little voice inside and really go for it.
That's what the
you
world
know?
needs, though.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like everybody has a creative side, too. So it's like, if you can go, if money wasn't an object, what would you do with your life?
Right.
And like, that's what you should be doing.
Have you watched the Little Alan Watts video?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love him. Absolutely.
Google that, Alan Watts.
Yes.
If money wasn't real, if money didn't matter, I
Yeah.
don't know what it
It's
is.
one of those. It'll pop up. He's
It is so
amazing.
good.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and chat
Of
and
course.
letting me come into your living room
Yeah,
for
thanks
this.
for coming over, hanging out.
Yeah. So check out MJ. I'll link her up. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, great day, great afternoon, whatever it is. Have a great one. Thank you.